Good evening, everyone. This is Gary from Apex Pro Group. Tonight, as I promised, I wanted to go over and cover the order blocks. So let's speak about those in their simplest forms, and then I will show you some flashcards. Okay, I'm going to jump over to the whiteboard now. So everyone, as we have a push down, and then we have a push up. After we take out the swing high that created the swing low here, we have a BOS here, or BMOS, break of market structure. So yeah, this swing high, this was obviously a lower low. This was a lower high. And then all of a sudden, this lower high that created this lower low was taken out going up this way. So we have a break in market structure. So this is a bullish break of market structure. So now what we look for is we look for the last bearish candle before this break of market structure. So if we have a down candle in here, go ahead and we mark a rectangle around that as our order block. And then the idea is that price then comes back down to retest this order block. Now it's made a higher high. It then will shift off here, creating a higher low. And the process will continue where we have this break of market structure here, BOS, and then we'd have and possibly another order block here somewhere, and then the idea is price will keep pulling back and moving on, giving you a new block in each before each break of structure. So yeah, always the higher high, for example, that created this low gets taken out, and then we mark the last down candle for bullish structure. And then when this one's taken out, we mark the last bearish candle in here before this bullish break of structure, etc. So let's go ahead and do the opposite now for a bearish. So for bearish, we have our high, our higher low, and then we have higher high, and then we have the low that created this high got taken out. So we have a break of structure here. So this was a higher high here. This is a higher low. And this was the higher high. And then that failed to make a higher low when we had this break of structure. So this low created this higher high and then got taken out. So then we'd mark the last bullish candle before the push down. So let's say that was here. Expect our price to come back in and continue down is the idea there. So then we have our lower high and our lower low. Then we have another break of structure. And then we have our last bullish candle here, and then price could come back up and retest this area and then continue down. So that's the idea of the order blocks. Often the you could even have an order block in this part here closer. So before the break of structure, it's the pullback and then continuation down. So I think that this flashcard here explains it really well. Let me just grab the annotator. So we had a high, a low, a lower high, and then we took out the low that created this lower high. And then we mark the last bullish candle before this break of structure. That is your order block. And then we hope that price pulls back to here and gives us a reaction off of that. So that is for the bearish. And for the bullish, we have a low that created a high. Then we had a higher low. And then when this high that created this low is taken out with break of structure, and then we mark the last down candle before this bullish break of structure, and then we hope price will come back to here and carry on. So this would then become a higher low, higher high, etc. And then that gets taken out. So the easiest way to explain it is summarized here, which is nicely done. Find your swing high and swing low, wait for a break of structure. If the swing high is taken out, mark the last candle before the bullish break of structure. If the swing low is taken out, mark the last bullish candle before the bearish break of structure. Sometimes it might be a candle right up here, the last candle, or sometimes if there's a pullback, it could be somewhere in here. It could be down here somewhere, even in part of this swing if it's a big candle, or could just be before the break of structure, the last opposite candle before the break of structure. Okay, so that is about the order blocks. Hope that helps you guys. Yeah, so guys, now that we know the basic principle of the order block, what we can do is we can look for an order block on the higher time frame like this. And then what we look for is the same pattern with a stop hunt, a false move running above an old high and into the higher time frame order block. And then we see on the lower time frame the higher low that created this higher high being taken out, giving us a break of structure. And then we can look to trade away from this lower time frame order block around this higher time frame point of interest. So we have a stop hunt, a break of structure, a lower time frame, a higher time frame, point of interest, and TPs are take profits. So our higher time frame order block, stop hunt above the this previous high. And we have this low that created this high taken out, and then this is all within or on the edge of this higher time frame order block. And then we hope for a retest back, and then we would look to close 80% of our trade at this swing low here, and then we can have a higher time frame point of interest for our second take profit. That's the first introduction I wanted to do into order blocks for tonight. So Hope it's useful for you. This is how to get a sniper entry. Thanks for listening, guys. Take care and have a good week trading.